guys, welcome to another oil painting time lapse. Today's video is brought to you by Skillshare, an online learning community for creators with over 25,000 classes in drawing, painting, design, and more. Their premium membership gives you unlimited access to high-quality courses from experts working in their fields, so you can improve your skills, unlock new opportunities, and do the work you love. Whether you want to fuel your curiosity, creativity, or even career, Skillshare is the perfect place to keep you learning and thriving in 2019. One of my favorite classes from Skillshare is actually helping me improve my video editing skills. It's called DIY Filming, where they teach you to create professional-looking videos with inexpensive equipment that you already own. Skillshare is also super affordable, as their annual subscription is less than $10 a month. Join more than 7 million creators learning with Skillshare. The first 500 of my subscribers to use this link in the description and on the screen will get a 2-month free trial. And as always, you can find the art supplies used in today's video in the video description. Yay! I can't believe I actually managed to upload 2 videos in 1 week. It's been kind of nice, honestly, to take a break from painting 24/7 and actually be able to devote time to other activities such as video editing. So hope you guys like this double upload this week. This painting is titled Mercy, and she is also going to be shown at my mini solo show at Helford Gallery later this week. Real quick, I'm going to pop the meetup information on the screen, and it's also going to be in the video description if you guys are in the LA area and want to come by Saturday night, May 18th from 7 to 11 p.m. I'm so excited to possibly meet some of you in person. Okay, back to the art. As you guys may already know, this entire collection of paintings is inspired by not only the Chinese visual aesthetic, but also Chinese women, both real historical figures and also female characters and mythological beings that have appeared in Chinese folklore, Chinese mythology, and religion as well. In this case, this is the Chinese goddess of mercy. The Chinese call her Guanyin Pusa, and she appears a lot in Chinese folk religions, ancient and modern art and literature. And this figure actually is rooted in Buddhism, so there are many different portrayals and depictions of her across different cultures. I know there's an Indian version of her as well. But all I know is the Chinese version that I grew up seeing, which normally depicts her wearing a long white dress and a white veil, and she's sitting on top of a lotus flower, and she's usually holding a willow branch in her hands. So in my interpretation of her, I wasn't trying to paint the goddess literally, like I wasn't trying to do my own portrait of this, famous religious figure. Instead, I wanted to portray a human woman inspired by her. So I try to think of this as what if the goddess of mercy had like a kindred spirit out there, or maybe a spiritual doppelganger who was in her likeness, but obviously not literally her. I'm also very aware of the fact that I have so much to learn and understand about the different religions and philosophies and cultures and the history of this character. So I didn't want to overstep my boundaries and portray a significant, respected, religious figure in a way that would be weird or off-putting or disrespectful in any way. So I feel like this was my safe way of experimenting with my own adaptation of the goddess of mercy, but also without offending anyone. So this is just a normal girl who is dressed like the goddess of mercy. I think I did this because I wanted to see if I could introduce a human element to this figure that I've grown up seeing and learning about so often. And by painting her as human, I think I was able to really explore the youthful, playful, more feminine side of her spirit. This piece, on a technical level, was really difficult because I painted it pretty small. Like I try to incorporate the entire body, including the face and a lot of background on an 11 by 14 surface. So I had to use a really thin brush for most of it, like the hairs that you're seeing me do here. It was really interesting because I feel like painting the face and the hair on maybe, I don't know, maybe like 2 square inches tops is what the surface area actually entailed. It was way harder than painting face and hair on, let's say, like 10 square inches. So decreasing the amount of surface you have to cover, at least for me, it really increased the difficulty level because I was not used to handling brushes that small. Like it was really easy for me to accidentally make a mistake because every line had to be perfect. And yeah, it was just overall challenging, but really fun. I think I have missed painting like the full body. There's so much more you can do with the poses. And whenever you have to make room for the entire figure, naturally more of the background gets freed up. So you have to really plan out the composition a lot differently than you would if it was a close-up portrait. And it was just really fun to try to see how I could design all the background elements and even her pose to try to fit that story and that theme that I was going for. Here I'm just showing you guys a slowed down version of this line work. I honestly have so much respect for artists who are able to use these thin script liner brushes and create beautiful smooth lines. For me, as you can see, I do a lot of correcting and fixing because my oil painting style is typically very reliant on fluffy, blended brushstrokes instead of clear, crisp lines. So definitely a great learning experience and opened my eyes to just how talented and skilled some of these other artists that I've been following are. Also, I decided to outline the background sun. So I painted the sun in metallic gold. I had used a protractor initially to draw the outline so I could fill it with, this round gold shape. And then I wanted to do a white outline, and that was one of the hardest parts about doing this painting, was making sure that white outline did not look too messy or off. But despite the challenges, it was really fun for me to use line work as a major player in the overall composition and storytelling element of the piece, instead of what I usually did, which was a lot of kind of detailed, blendy textures and things like that. It was crazy to see how just one line or a slightly different curvature in a line could impact the overall composition and feel and flow of the entire piece. I think in the process of trying to learn a completely new aesthetic and new style with creating this collection, it was definitely worth all of the headache. It pushed me way out of my comfort zone and taught me how to make each element count, instead of the kind of blended, detailed texture of the traditional oil painting style I'm used to. Now I have a lot more awareness of how each individual element should be positioned, should be sized, should be angled in order to ultimately, in the end, come together and create the final composition of the piece. I feel like I pay a lot more attention to these little details now than I did before. All right, and this about sums up the video for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. The original is available through the gallery, and if you're interested in adopting a fine art print, I have those available in my shop at happyd-artist.com. Also, if you want to check out more artworks, works in progress, and just random daily artist adventures, feel free to check out my Instagram, and you can follow me at the handle @happydartist. And if you're interested in learning more about how to paint and draw, I have lots of art educational content on my Patreon page, including exclusive video tutorials, step-by-step photo tutorials, live streams, podcasts, and so much more, all available at patreon.com/happydartist. I'd love to have you join my Patreon family. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!